Hi Quilty friends, welcome back. It's month 10. We are closing in on the end. Okay, this month what you're going to make are called Argyle blocks. They're these blocks, and as you see, there's a green set, there's a yellow set, there's a pink set, and a blue set. So all together you're going to end up making 2, 4, 6, 8 blocks. Okay? Now, they start out as half square triangles. So let's go over to the sewing machine and I'll show you what I've done so far and how you're going to make them into what are called hourglass blocks.
Look how messy the classroom is. We had a big event here today.
We did. Lots of people with lots of mess. Okay, what this is the start of a half square triangle. You've done this before many times. What I have is a light orange and a dark orange square, 4.5 inch square, which by the way, we've pre-cut for you this month.
Woohoo.
And they're sewn together. Remember, you use your magic wand or your regular ruler and you make your lines, and I've already sewn on them. So I'm ready to cut this apart. So I'm gonna cut this down the middle. You've done this before. Okay, now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna press both seams toward the dark orange because we're gonna need them to nest. So let's do that. I'm gonna press both toward the dark orange. Okay, you wanna be sure they're nice and flat because we want them to nest. Okay, now you're going to do this with a lot of other colors. It doesn't matter which color you press it towards, just you're always going to press it toward the same color. So with there's a block up there that's blue and purple. If you're going to press it towards the purple, then you press all of them towards the purple. Okay, now what I have are 2 half square triangles. What I'm trying to make are 2 hourglass units.
Also called quarter square triangles.
Yes. They're hourglasses when these are all the same. Like these 2 are the same and these 2 are the same. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the same thing that I did before. I'm gonna mark this just as if I'm just gonna pretend that these are just plain squares. I'm gonna mark this so that I can sew on these lines. And notice where I'm marking, I kind of made an X. Here's my old seam, now I made an X. Okay, now I'm gonna put these 2 together, and what I have to have is opposites. Okay? And if I have that and I've pressed both my seams toward the same color, they should nest together very nicely. So let's see if that's happening. Looks like they are. So I'm gonna turn this, move that pin a little bit, okay? Now they're nested, I can feel it. I want my corners to come together a little better. This one too. Check again, make sure it feels like they're nested. Okay, now I'm gonna sew on these 2 lines. Okay, you've done this before. It's really the same thing as a half square triangle. It's just that now you've got 2 half square triangles that you're already using. So right on that line. Okay, and you can check and see if they nested by doing this. And look, looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna sew on the other line. Only I'm gonna get rid of these threads. Okay. Okay.
And if they didn't nest, you probably want to.
Yes, if they didn't nest, you want to just pick it, start all over. Get rid of that seam, pick out the stitches. I know we all don't want to rip, but
Otherwise, you'll have two messed up squares
yeah.
instead of one.
Well, otherwise you got to pick out two seams instead of one. So you might as well just bite the bullet. Okay, and again, I'm gonna look, and they nested nicely. So now all I'm gonna do is cut here. So see, it's really just like another half square triangle. It's just like you did it twice. Knew that didn't cut through. I could feel it. Okay. Now I'm going to press these seams open. I think this iron needs water. Needs to be set in a higher setting.
It's not hot or steamy.
No. Both things we want.